My dad grew up in Galveston, Texas. He was the youngest of many siblings, step siblings, full siblings, half siblings. Galveston still remains a really special place in his heart to this day. My dad pushed my brother and I quite hard to be the best versions of ourselves. He led by example. At the time, he was running a major company, but he also found the time to run 35 marathons. He did 3 Ironmen, and one of those Ironmans he did with a broken arm. One of those marathons was actually in Antarctica. Perseverance has always been one of my father's greatest strengths.
Clearly, his kids are everything to him, and he views them as his legacy.
He's a very humble individual. When you meet him, he's just Ross.
My father's older brother, Russell Moody, he was in an awful car accident when my father was in college. He was hit by a drunk driver, and since that moment has been wheelchair bound and has had a lot of neurological issues. It was one of the most defining moments in my family and my father's life. It made them really understand how fragile life is and to cherish family every single moment.
Really redirected a lot of their philanthropy.
One of the most important things that the Moody family has done is the Moody Neuro Rehab Institute, which takes care of patients who have experienced a traumatic brain injury. And after intense occupational therapy, physical therapy, speech therapy, behavioral therapy, learning how to function independently, many of them can go out and live independently. The Moodys have been responsible for this happening. If it wasn't for their vision, their generosity, these patients never would have received this level of care.
My father is one of the most generous men that I know, not only with resources, but also with his time that has been inherently passed down to him throughout, his father and his father before him. The Moody Foundation has funded projects and programs throughout Texas to better the people of Texas for the past 80 years.
Ross's interests are varied and wide, whether it's arts, education, social services, the environment for sure. I mean, just look at things that he's done here in Austin, Galveston, Dallas.
One of the things we love giving money to is called the Achilles Foundation. The Achilles group takes runners with disabilities. Some of them are blind, some of them are wheelchairs, some of them are multiple amputees, and they have a guide that runs with them, and they do the New York Marathon. We fund that every year.
The Moody Foundation has given over 5,000 grants in our history to a really wide range of programs, from education to the environment to social, community, health, science. And we're just here to ensure that they're reaching as many people as possible and making the most impact as possible.
Ross is a Texan, and he graduated from the University of Texas, and he loves the University of Texas, and he loves Austin.
He's thought very carefully about how we work with UT, how we work with Austin to make sure that we're, leveraging our resources to ensure the best for the University of Texas, the best for its students. The Moody College of Communication was one of the larger grants at the time to a university, specifically to build a new school, to give those students that full and well-rounded experience.
Ross loves art. He's just a man for all seasons. If you look at the Blanton Museum, Waterloo Park.
The Blanton has always been a very special place for me. My love of the arts does also come from my father. He's for years taken me to museums growing up, so kind of that love of arts and culture was instilled in me at a young age. The Moody Scholars Program was dedicated in 1969. It's one of our oldest programs. It's an annual program that helps many students go throughout the high school, get a scholarship, and then go on to college. As of today, we've actually supported more than 6,000 students.
I think he wants his legacy to be somebody that really cared about the state, the city of Austin, and the University of Texas.
My father's always wanted Austin to be a destination for sports, for music, and for education. This has been one of his goals for his legacy for Austin. He has, supported a lot of the music venues in Austin, and most notably and recently Moody Center, which kind of bridges his love of music and entertainments and culture with UT and with UT athletics. This is something he's thought about since he joined the foundation board to ensure the best for the University of Texas, the best for its students. He is so incredibly happy to be receiving this very distinguishing award.
He will take pride in more than any award that he's ever received.